Greetings, R. Smalik here. As you can see, I am in my 60-minute map Coliseum. The purpose of this video is to explain to you what is a 60-minute map. And this is specifically important for the ladder tournament that I have going on over there, because although that ladder tournament is casual, there aren't going to be any theme words given. You can use whatever themes you want, and there really aren't any special rules. There's no special time frame. It's just I'm going to play 60-minute maps in the order you send them in, and then I'll pair them up against whoever's map was submitted either right before or right after you, and build the ladder. It'll make sense as we go. But this video can be used as a standalone video to understand what I mean when I say a 60-minute map. Now, there are some differences to the rules that I used in the tournament, and I'll explain those after I walk through this. So the first thing, and this is a completely optional step, would be to build a lobby. What this means is a small area where you can put the starting points for all of your 60-minute maps. This is completely optional, does not count against any sort of time limit. People like Covolta, people like Jimsack, etc. have built lobbies so that they could have a download with multiple 60-minute maps in one file. You do not have to do that, but that would kind of be an optional step 0, if you will. Now, when it comes to building a map itself, there are a few steps. First is a random theme, design, build, test, set up your player, and publish your map. So the first thing that I feel you need to do is randomize and select your themes. What I like to do is I like to take some dispensers and put some named items in there with the themes, and then hit the button and one pops out in my inventory. The reason I like to do that is because I can do it on video. You do not have to do that, and selecting your random theme does not count against your time limit. You can go onto Google, you can go onto a website and just look for a random word. You could look around your desk and find a random item, and poof, that's your random word, whatever it is. Picking your random theme does not count against your time. However, as soon as you pick your random theme, that's when the 60 minutes starts. And the 60 minutes encompasses any design, any building, and any testing that you do. So the difference was in my tournament, I gave you random words, and because it was over the span of a week, I didn't count the design phase as part of the 60 minutes, just your building and your testing phase. And the reason that I did that is because people who would have watched my video on day 1 would have obviously had more time to build their map and think about their map than somebody who saw it on day 5. And so I couldn't really count that amount of thinking time against you. But when you make a traditional 60-minute map, you're going to randomize your theme, and then you're immediately going to start the clock, design, build, and test your map all at once. You could divide your time up into 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. You could do 1 minute, 58 minutes, 1 minute. You can design like the first step, build it and test it. Design the second step, build it, test it. However you want to iterate through the design, build, and testing process. This is the real challenge right here, is doing these things in 60 minutes without prior knowledge of your themes. And this is the real challenge for me. Now, in this ladder tournament, and I'm purposely not looking over there because I don't want to spoil anything for you, in my ladder tournament and in subsequent months, I will clarify any rules, but you should basically consider this to be an honor system. I'm not going to go in there and double check that you did exactly 60 minutes or less than 60 minutes. We'll know pretty well if you went way over it, but it's honor system. You can have tools, so you can use the Miners Need Shoes banner maker to give yourself code. You can use commands that you already have like in a notepad, and you're just pasting them into command blocks. But of course, in this mode, because your design starts the clock, you're not going to know what you're going to need in advance. So if you have like a library of just random commands that you might use in a map, feel free to use them. MC Edit, whatever you're going to use doesn't matter as long as it's within the 60 minutes. And any good map maker has tools in their toolbox to build their maps quicker and more efficiently. MC Edit filters, for example. Those are perfectly legal as long as you use them within the 60 minutes. Okay. Then that's where I stop the clock. Now this last piece, I don't count against your time because so many people forget to do that. And this is a step that I call set player. Basically what you do is when you get to the end of testing your map here, your 60 minutes are up, save that file, make a copy of it, make a copy of your world, and then log back in and double check where does the player start, what's in their inventory, do you need to clear out their inventory, and what game mode are they in, so they don't start in creative mode when you want them to be in adventure mode, for example. So set up your save file the way that you want it, and that should just take you about 10-15 seconds. So I don't really count that against your time. That is more of just getting the player in the right place to start. Then once you have that save and you're confident in it, I would turn it into a zip file if you have to, a RAR file, and publish your map to a file site such as Mediafire, Dropbox, CurseForge. There's a whole bunch of different options for you. And submit your map, which means give me a link to where you uploaded your map. Now, one thing that's super important, if you're going to upload your map to a file sharing site and you're uploading the folder, please, please, please put it in a zip file. The reason is in the last tournament, the 60-minute tournament that I had, some people put their map up there as individual files, and it forced me to download every single file, level.dat, your region files, your data files as individual files. So I had to download 20 different things and then assemble them into the correct folder. But if you just take all those folders and put them into one zip, all I have to do is download the zip, unzip it, and the folder structure's there. If that didn't make any sense, just do your best, and I'll be happy to talk in the comments. So, yeah, and then submit a link to your map in the comments of pretty much any of my videos, although if I were you, I would put it in one of the videos for the current season so that I can more easily find it. So once again, if you want a lobby, it's optional. Picking a random theme is the first real step in building your 60-minute map. And as soon as you're done with that, the clock immediately starts. You should design, build, and test your map. Then once you're done, make sure you set the player in the correct location, clear their inventory, put them in the right game mode, and zip up and publish your map and submit it. And that is what I mean when I say build me a 60-minute map. So I hope this video was helpful to you. I really look forward to your entries in my ladder tournament. Now, I'm using the word tournament. It's not really a tournament, meaning there's not like specific rules, specific time frame. Just build a 60-minute map, send it in. I'll play them in the order received, and I will continue to build the ladder using your entries. That's it. Pretty simple. It will make sense as you watch me play other maps by other people in the next couple days and weeks. And I really, 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 really appreciate your interest in this. I think it's a fun, quick way to play Minecraft. It's a little bit of competition, but it's not anything anyone should get too stressed about. Just have fun, and I will see you in game.